I thought of another rare item I could talk about. Two, actually. Freeze mounts. But first, let's go over how freeze works. Freeze, the skill, goes up to a certain level, so you need to level it up to freeze higher level enemies for 15 seconds. And they can't do anything unless they take damage or it expires. The freeze skill has a cast time of about 2 seconds. And the cooldown's not too bad. You definitely can't abuse it. So let's go over some of the mounts. This one's from Yule 2013. Used to cost 1,000,000 gold. Has high health and energy regen, 1000 proc, and its skill can freeze the opponent for 10 seconds. It uses movement, attack, evasion just like freeze, but it has a pretty high chance of hitting. But what's special about this is that it goes up to any level, so you don't need to put a single point in for it to work good. And high level freeze, I know you can't see it here because I only have it at level 1, but high level freeze takes up a lot of energy, easily over 1,000. But this is nothing. It only lasts for 10 seconds, but it's still nice. The cooldown's a bit long though. But there's something good you'll notice about it. It casts in only 1 second. Now the other freeze mount is this from Samhain 2014. It was the last top tier 1,000,000 mount, and it was really good. Proc does 1,500 damage, because it lasts for 15 seconds and 500 ticks. It works just like the other one. No energy, infinite level, 10 seconds. And the nice thing about it is that the skill used to be melee ranged for this staff, but it got buffed. I don't know when, but it's ranged now. So the best part about this one is that it casts instantly. So you can see why that's a great thing, because you won't even give anything a chance. It'll just be held up and you can do whatever you want. Now, these mounts are OP. That's given. And you can even double up on freeze if you wanted to. Use 2, why not? You need points and energy, but you can really abuse it. Like, you could freeze your enemy, lure, because lure does no damage, just let it stay frozen. Shoot them with that. If they're still alive, you can freeze them again, and they'll take several thousand damage without having a chance to react to it or fight back, for the most part at least. And another nice thing about these mounts is that the freeze time lasts the same in duels as it does in, PvE. Well, freeze only lasts half the time in duels, so it's a great advantage for dueling. And another thing I could bring up is that you don't even have to be a mage to use one of these mounts. So you can freeze as a warrior, ranger, whatever, even a druid. And Furyion isn't just for holding people still. You'd use it to interrupt skills. Because even if you break the freeze, it still stops the person, and therefore stops everything they're doing. Now, you might be asking me, what mount's better? Well, there's pros and cons to each of them. The Night Flyer has more energy regen, but has 0 health regen, so it's worse in that aspect. The Night Flyer does 1500 damage with its proc, and the Storm Skimmer does 1000, but since the Night Flyer's damage over time, you might be, hitting the enemy and you get the proc, and then you decide you want to freeze the enemy. Well, the damage over time would break the freeze, so you gotta be real careful with that. And you can obviously see that the Night Flyer has 200 resist all, while the Storm Skimmer has nothing. Overall, I'd say the Night Flyer is better, but there's some things about the Storm Skimmer that are great too. Either way, they're both nice mounts to have, and back in the old day, I was actually a novelty mage, because these stabs were so good back then, and they're still good today. Well, if you ever see one of these mounts, you should probably buy it, because they're nice to have around. Guess that's all for this one. Later.